I'm Dr. Kristen Finn, and I'm wanting to share with you a video with hints and tips of how you can make your dog feel better no matter what's going on with them. You don't have to know the anatomy or the names of the muscles. You just have to spend some time with your dog. So the most important thing whenever you're working on your dog or trying to have an impact in helping them is to make sure you're sitting down, whether it be on a couch with them or a bed with them, whatever kind of surface, you need to be down. You can't be standing, bent over them, or doing something at them or to them. You want to be sitting down with them and so that they understand that this is for them. Breathe for sure and relax. Don't be in a hurry, or else you will not be able to be effective no matter how strong your motivation. So these guys, this guy and that guy, are pretty relaxed right now. It didn't start that way, right? We had to say, you come over here and you come over here, and then we got the ball because Avon loves the ball. Then Spring wanted the ball, so then we had to have Spring sit down. So it can take a moment. So be patient with yourself. And I'm using the ball because I know it will keep Avon nice and relaxed. And so start with just stroking around their head. Almost everybody can use a brain massage. There's a lot of endorphin releasing points around their ears. And then you can feel that there's a bone right behind their head. You don't have to know the name of it, but it is the atlas. And I'm just kind of working his skin, which has fascia under it. And then under that fascia is muscle, and then more fascia, and then the bones. So basically, you can work on your dog's whole entire body by just some gentle skin mobilization, we call it. Pay attention to your dog is very important. They are always right. If they move around, don't you move around to follow them. You stay where you are, unless they get up and walk away, and then it means you either use too much pressure or some man is standing in the corner with some food or something that's really baiting them. But if you really have their attention, meaning you're making them feel better or feel good, then they'll stay with you. And if they just pivot around, follow that, you stay and just let your hands land on what body part that they put in front of you. Good boy, Avon. So a nice way to start, or in the beginning, is stroking up their spine from the tail up towards the head and then back the other way. Good boy. And then I'm gonna start at the head, moving around, and just moving the skin forward. There's a lot of loose skin in this dog. Also because he gets worked on now and then. So you may find that your dog's skin is very tight, or when you move it, it fasciculates and seems uncomfortable. That means they're really tight. So you should work in that area, but you just, again, lighten up your touch. It's about 5 to 10 grams of pressure at times that I use. That's the weight of a nickel. Nickel is 5 grams, so it's really light. And people always tell me, oh gosh, that's so much less pressure than I thought. Well, that's all you need. If you think about, your dog can feel when there's a fly on them. So they are not like us who likes deep tissue. Your dog is never gonna appreciate deep tissue work. They could never make the mental leap of you're gonna do something that's uncomfortable now so that I feel better later. That is just not how their brains work. They're always in the moment. So I'm just gonna work along his spine, and depends on how much time you have. You should have at least 15 minutes of free interrupted time if you're going to have an impact in making your dog feel better. And that's why we're all here. So this is the side he's sitting on, right? His left side is facing up. I am probably not going to endeavor to work on his right side as an agenda, because then he's having to get unrelaxed. I have to flip him over, and so I'm just going to work on what I've got, especially if it's in the beginning and they're not used to this routine. You want to have small intervals or short intervals, just where they feel better. And if your dog starts laying down or yawning with a big open yawn, you're absolutely on the right track. Good boy, Avon. And then one trick I'll share with you, not to get too off tangent of keeping it simple. If you want them to switch sides, you can use either a snack, or in this case, we're using the ball, come on Avon, to encourage him to pivot around. And he has hip dysplasia, so he's a little stiff in the hip, so I just helped him over. But now he's on his other side. So then you're not wrestling them to roll them over, kind of making the whole thing stressful when your goal was to have it be relaxed. So you can do that with a biscuit, just like luring them around. We call it driving the dog in my office. Good boy, Avon. So that should give you some good tricks no matter what's wrong with your dog. You don't have to know the anatomy. You don't have to know the diagnosis. Just gently explore, trying not to think too much, but just feel and observe your dog and have fun.